Morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Heather. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, elementary, middle, and high school age. We're finishing up our 12th year homeschooling. We're just about done. This week is actually a vacation week for us, so it's a little bit different. Today is Monday the 10th. We just had Easter this past weekend, and today I'm going to share with you a week of daily plans. In my Erin Condren Daily Duo, I'm super excited for the new planners to be released. I'm really excited because I've seen some sneak peeks with an EC town hall that I was a part of, so I can't wait to share all of that stuff with you. But today I am just going to be planning out my Monday, and because yesterday was Easter and we had a long weekend because my husband had Good Friday off, we did a lot of outside stuff. Well, he did a lot of outside stuff. I was mainly inside. I have 2 sick kiddos right now, so 2 out of 3 are sick. I'm not feeling 100% either. And that's kind of the way that it goes, right? We have this whole week off, and I've been looking forward to it to really get a bunch of deep cleaning done in the house, finish up or finalizing what I'm purchasing for homeschool curriculum, working some on my goals, all of that kind of stuff. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, typically I will write down a list on this blank page that is after Sunday. I don't know if you can see that. So in the Daily Duo, there's this blank page after Sunday, and I usually use it as a brain dump list. However, I may end up changing some things around with the new planners that start in July. I might actually start using this for financial planning and move my brain dump lists into just my weekly planner. I'm still thinking about that, guys. So today is the 10th. I did sleep in till 6:30 this morning. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I talk a lot about waking up early. However, since January, I really haven't been waking up that early. There are some days that I'm up at 4 a.m., but more recently it's been 5:36, and then there have been a lot of days where it's 6:30, 7 o'clock, and that's totally okay with me. I don't wake up to an alarm, so I just kind of get up when I need to. If I have to be up early, I will obviously make sure that an alarm is set, but for the most part, my body just will start waking up when it needs to. I don't know. So because this weekend was mainly focused on family, sick kids, and Easter, I didn't do my regular weekly reset. So I have laundry to do. I would like to wash the floors today. I really need to go to the grocery store, but I might just send my husband a list, have him pick up a few things on his way home from work. I really don't need much. It's mainly just like milk and half and salads that Emma and I eat throughout the week. But I cooked a giant spiral ham yesterday, which I feel like is going to feed us for 3 months. So I'm going to make quiche for dinner tonight because I do have ham that is leftover ham. So I'm going to make quiche, and then I want to do my goals check-in. I need to do my weekly planning because I didn't do anything yesterday with it being Easter. It was a wonderful day, and unfortunately Jack and Emma are sick, but yeah, so I didn't sit down to do any weekly planning. Then I can kind of set out, I have an idea of what I want to do. I have my goals all done. I haven't filled in anything, even though, what are we, on the 10th? So I have my goals. I need to work on this stuff. We'll see how far I get. I'm a little concerned that I'm going to be sick in a couple of days, and this week won't be as good. And actually, it's unfortunate because this week is the first week where the temperatures are going to be in like the 60s, and so I was really hoping to get out with the kids and do a bunch of day trips to do some fun things, but because they're not feeling great and Emma is really not feeling great, we're not going to be doing that. Hopefully, maybe at the end of the week things will be better. I wanted to go to the greenhouse. I need to just run some general errands, but I'm not going to do that today, maybe later in the week. People will feel better. All right, so I did get up at 6:30 and I did my full AM routine, which is Bible and planning. Well, I'm doing the planning right now, and it is 8:20. Coffee, read, check in with my membership community and main homeschool network Facebook group. I did all of that and now I'm planning. So because we don't have homeschool this week, I'm not really sure what the kids are going to be doing. Most likely today is just going to be a day where they are watching movies and YouTube and just resting. Lucy will probably play outside a lot because the weather is nice and she's not sick, but Jack and Emma will probably just be reading and watching TV, and that's totally okay because this is also a week off for homeschool for them. I need to do a homeschool check-in and just make sure that I have my list of things that they need to complete. Everybody's done with language arts, everybody's done with history. Emma does still have geometry and biology that she has to finish. Geometry, I think she has like 15 lessons left. And biology, she has her dissections that she has to do, and the last 2 modules she has to go through. We haven't done any of the dissections. I think the first dissection was supposed to be maybe a month ago, maybe a little bit longer, but we are waiting until we can do them outside. That is not yet. Hopefully soon though. Homeschool check-in. I also need to do my end of year homeschool questions for planning. Each year I have a set of questions that I don't have my printout right here, but I created a set of questions that I just go through and really flesh out, and that helps me when I am creating my rhythm, as well as looking at interest-led learning and like elective type stuff for my kids, figuring out what our week is going to look like, weekly rhythm, that kind of stuff. Those questions really help me. They were very helpful when I did them last spring. And then I definitely messed up in the fall when I decided to let Emma do public school band, and that really threw a wrench in our plans. So doing the end of year questions and evaluating the year as a whole is really important. And then sticking to your decisions that you make at the end of the year is also really important, because that's when you really feel what the struggles have been. And that's, yeah. I just need to do that. End of year questions, and then I need to film it. End of year. I don't know if I'm going to be filming anything today. It would be nice if I could get a lot of the videos that I have coming up filmed today so that at least they're filmed, but we will see. I also want to do a homeschool update video. I did not do one at the end of February. I did just do last week. Well, I'm not sure when this video will go up, but I did post, it was like just a chat about homeschooling high school. I thought it was really good. I had a lot of great comments on that video. It maybe wasn't as well organized as it could have been, because some of the comments, I was like, no, that's not what I meant. But you know, everybody takes away what they take away from a video, so I can't justify all of the things that I'm saying, and nobody knows everything that's in my mind, so obviously. I really need to place my Sunlight order. I have gone in to place my Sunlight order like several times over the past couple of weeks. They switched over their new curriculum on the 31st of March, and every time I go in, the website has been so incredibly slow that I sit there for 30 minutes trying to add things to my cart. And because I've bought a lot of instructor's guides before, I can get updated instructor's guides for 50% off, and they're not showing the discount, and then I have to work with customer service, which is fine. They are great to work with, but I just haven't had a good chunk of time where I can sit down and just do that. So I need to work on that today. I also need to do a budget check-in. If you watched my last week of daily plans, I think I put spend tracking on my to-do list every single day, and I don't think I did it but one day. But we're almost at the end of our pay period, and so I need to just make sure that everything is in line where it ought to be. Patreon. Today in our Patreon band group, I'm actually doing an hour by hour day in the life. I need to make sure that I'm posting pictures every hour for that I'm taking the pictures too. I am going to start projects here, and I think what I'm going to try and do is the Pomodoro method for my projects, which is something that I do during my live streams. That is working for 25 minutes on one task and then taking a 5-minute break. So we will see how that goes. I do know that when I am really focusing, I am able to get quite a bit done. That 25 minutes, it goes by really fast, but it's amazing if you're like focusing on one single task. It's very helpful. Now, if I try and do videos in the morning, I will not use the Pomodoro method, and I will just use the Pomodoro method in the afternoon. So we will see what ends up happening. So because today is just kind of a catch-up day, I'm not really going to be able to deep dive, I don't think, into all of the main deep cleaning that I wanted to do this week. And instead, I will probably do that stuff starting tomorrow. So check floors, vacuum, which I have to do before I wash the floors anyways. And then in the afternoon is office desk and surfaces. We will see how this goes. Make grocery list. I really don't know. I also need to work on all of these magazines. I've been trying to go through some of my old magazines. I started doing this during our live stream co-working session last week in our Patreon community. I'm going through and cutting out the pages that I want to keep for the Wild and Free magazines, as well as hopefully my Taproot magazines. And then I'm going to put them in my home management binder that I created a couple of weeks ago. This is just sheets that I will print off, and then I don't have a place to put them, but I need them. I refer to them regularly, so that might also be on the list. Now, I may add things to this throughout the day, and you will see tomorrow, well, in about 30 seconds, you will see how Monday went and if I changed anything. So that's Monday. Happy Tuesday, friends. So yesterday was actually really productive. I got pretty much everything done on my list except my budget check-in, and I knew that that was going to be iffy because I had to do my weekly planning and the kids slept in, so I didn't really even get started working on all of my lists until about 11 o'clock. So the morning hours were spent planning and kind of getting the kitchen cleaned up, doing the chickens, making breakfast for everybody. So that is what I did. I was able to do a couple of videos yesterday. I vlogged because this is our vacation week, and I also did a weekly plan with me. So I have that all filled out here. And actually since I did my weekly planning, after I did this, I realized that I had to shift some things around, especially just based on the time that I finished getting ready for the week. So overall, it was a really productive day, and I'm happy. We had quiche last night with the leftover ham from Sunday, and it was delicious. Happy that we have an extra quiche, so I don't have to focus on cooking too much today. I do need to make bread though. I just sent my husband to the grocery store last night while he stopped on his way home from work. Did not put bread on the list. I think it's because in my head, I know that I can make it. And so because of that, I just don't think to put it on the grocery list. Okay, so I'm looking at my Tuesday list here to kind of come up with some ideas of what to do today. I want to wash the windows and clean the baseboards. I'd like to pack up the middle grade homeschool levels. I need to look for boxes, which is one thing I did not do yesterday afternoon. And then I'm also planning on filming a couple of videos this morning. So it's just 6 o'clock right now. That's why I'm kind of just all over the place, and I haven't even had any coffee yet. I was up at 5:30 and Jack was up at 5:45. I want to do windows, baseboards, pack up middle school books. I did place my sunlight order yesterday, and a lot of the instructor's guides, which is what I really need, are back ordered until June. So that's not awesome. I wish that were not the case. I'm planning on vlogging today. I need to do my homeschool update video, as well as my end of year questions video. I did do my end of year questions yesterday afternoon. It was beautiful outside, and I sat outside and wrote those out. And it's always enlightening to me to answer those questions because, I mean, I kind of know how things are going in the day to day, but to really think about, well, why are they going the way that they are, or where are there places that I can see that we need to make changes, but we just can't make those changes right now. I find it very interesting. So my AM routine this morning, I am doing my coffee and planning. I have not done my Bible yet. Then I'm going to be reading and email and check-ins with Patreon. So that'll probably go until 8. And then breakfast, get ready for the day, and then I'm going to do videos until 11 probably. I'll say 11:30. I will do lunch at 12:30, and then this will just be some margin time. If I am really efficient with my videos, maybe it won't take me 2.5 hours, but here's the thing. I talk quite a bit in my videos, and so even when a video is 40 minutes long that I post on YouTube and I'm like, oh, this video is so long, you better believe it started over an hour. And so I don't plan to edit any of the videos this morning, but I am going to film them and get them uploaded to my computer and into Premiere Pro so that I can get them done at some point, because I didn't put up a video yesterday and I need to put one up for tomorrow. Dailies, vacuum, check floors, surfaces, office desk. So I did wash my floors yesterday and they looked great until everybody came in from playing soccer last night. Well, not Emma, but Jack and Lucy and Matt were playing soccer last night, and the dog went in the woods and dragged out all kinds of leaves and such. So that was lovely. I did laundry yesterday, but I have a little bit more to do today. I did my goals check-in yesterday, and I decided to print out these little notes pages from Cultivate What Matters, their goal school. It's so funny because I really don't like having these little loose pieces of paper, but I found them incredibly useful this year. So I'm just going with it. I think part of that reason is because I can just tuck them in the back of this very easily. There's a big pocket right here, but I just slide them in. I went through all of my quarterly action plans yesterday, and so I printed out these 2 little notes pages so that I can make my list of big purchases and projects and the cost associated with them, so we can start plugging away on that. And they print out in, it's gray, it's not colored, so I just use colored pencils to color in the flowers, or color over the gray that the flowers were. And then I decided creating a morning basket is one of the things that I want to do this month. It's on my goals list, and so I want to make a morning basket loop and list all of the things that I want in my morning routine. My 3 basic things are always coffee, Bible, and planning. But then I want to have like either a list of books or a list of resources that I'm working through periodically each day. It doesn't mean that I have to do every single thing, but I do want to have the list so that I'll do like 1, 2, 3, and then the next day I'll do 4, 5, 6, and then I'll do 7, 1, 2 again, you know. So that's kind of what a loop is. And then as I was doing my vlogging yesterday and going through sharing this gratitude journal that I got from Cultivate What Matters, I did a little walkthrough in my vlog yesterday and just how I would like to include that in my legacy goal. I thought, why don't I have a legacy loop? And so every day I'm doing something, but it doesn't have to be all of the things. And so I want to come up with a list of what are the things that I want to focus on with this legacy goal. It's things like a gratitude journal. It's things like writing letters to my kids in there. Like I have journals for each of the kids. It's like doing my 1 line a day memory journal. It's like sorting pictures or taking a picture, or you know, all kinds of different things. I figured if I wrote down a list of what I would like to work through, then I can just start working through a little bit each day and eventually find a time within my day that I just am focusing on legacy, similar to having an AM routine. You know, I have an AM routine every morning. Everybody does, regardless of if they plan it out or not. So there's got to be another time in the day when I can take a break and say, this is my legacy time. I don't know how often that will be, or if I will find a good time. I'm thinking it's going to either have to be lunchtime or in the afternoon. Afternoons are really hard for me to plan things because I start to lose energy around 3 o'clock. So we'll see, but I thought that that would be a good thing as well. I am gonna write chicken chores down because I forgot about them until like 9 o'clock yesterday. Dishes, kitchen, look for boxes. And then I will put projects here, and I don't need to make dinner, so that's good. I guess I will put morning basket and legacy loops projects. I don't know if these two things will get done because it's kind of, that's a lot of stuff. But if my videos are really short, like if it only takes me an hour to get through 2 videos, then I will have some extra time. And so I want to make sure that I'm listing some things, because otherwise what happens is I just flit around and don't really do anything productive. But yes, okay, so this is my Tuesday. I just have to make bread this morning. I'm going to do that during this 8 a.m. block. I think that this is good. I'm not sure if I need this huge amount of time for videos, but if I don't, I will plug in some of the other stuff in here. Okay. So that is Tuesday. Happy Wednesday, friends. Yesterday was a good day. And you know, I was thinking about how I'm doing this week on my lists, and I'm doing quite well. And I don't know if that's just because I'm not putting as many things on my list or what, because I remember when we had our week off in February, my list was way too long. And while I was getting some things done, I was not getting all of the things done. So yesterday was quite good. I got up early, I had my AM routine, I got ready for the day, and then I did do my videos, and I was done, I think at like 10:15 with my videos. So I was really happy about that. And I did do the windows and the baseboards in the morning, and then in the afternoon, I was working on some of my more thinking projects, I guess, which were mainly the morning basket and legacy loops. I did write out some ideas for this, and also the projects, although I did not get to the cost part of my projects list. But when I wrote out my morning basket and legacy loops, I did not write them in an order that I think I want to have them in. So I have to think about that a little bit more. And there may be a few things that I just didn't come up with when I was writing out those lists. I'm especially thinking about my legacy loop, and if I want to kind of intersperse the writing in the journals of my kids, writing letters to my kids, if I want to, you know, alternate, like have Emma's journal and then another task, and then Jack's journal and then another task, and then Lucy's journal, or if I want to have them write in a row, or if I just want it to be one thing and I write in all of them. I'm not really sure yet. We'll see how that goes, but I was pretty happy about getting most of that stuff done. And then I also spent a good bit of time trying to figure out if I can do my financial planning in the Daily Duo. Now, I think that I can. And the reason is because at the beginning of the month, right before your tabbed page, there's this lined page, and then you have your monthly calendar, and then you have this line page plus this dashboard, and then every week between Sunday and Monday there is another lined page. So typically in my Daily Duo, I'm using the dashboard pages for my goals. My like monthly goals task list is over here, and then I have some other things that I'm tracking. I had been using my weekly planner for this up until, in January, I started using my dashboard pages for my goals in my Daily Duo. Before that, I was using it, my weekly planner, but I had moved away from my weekly planner to try the Passionate Penny Pincher Home Planner. And then the pages between Sunday and Monday, the blank page, I typically use this as a brain dump list. So if I turn to financial planning, this will be spend tracking each week. So each week I will write down any purchases, and whether it's my checking account, cash, or credit card, and categorize them. I think that this should be enough space. I mean, maybe on the weeks where I'm paying all of my bills, it might not be enough space, including like bills and then, you know, groceries and all of that kind of stuff. But I think that that will work. And then in this page before the month, I will write out my budget. I can keep track of all of my bills in the monthly calendar, and then have this be, maybe how much I'm spending each week, bigger purchases, which is something that I usually keep track of in my goals if I have bigger purchases for the month, but obviously for financial planning, that would make sense to be here. Maybe tracking like a savings challenge down here, splitting this dot grid section up. Not really sure what to do here yet, that I would have enough space to do all of my financial planning in the daily duo. So I think I'm gonna try that for our next pay period and see how that goes. Will it go well? I'm not sure, but that's what I was thinking about yesterday when I talk about financial planning in my daily duo. I was also able to vlog yesterday. I recorded my homeschool update, and in my vlog yesterday I said that I might refilm my homeschool update, but when I went in to edit it, I thought that it was good enough. I've been kind of all over the place with these more just rambly talking videos lately. And it's because I've been processing through just a bunch of stuff in my head. And so when I'm chatting on camera, it really helps me work through some of the things that I've been thinking about. Weird, I know. I did my end of year questions, wrap up questions, and I went through all of this, and I think that went well, but I have not edited it yet. I did do Patreon, main homeschool network, and I did edit my homeschool update. I didn't make bread, and we had leftovers for dinner. Okay, so today is Wednesday the 12th. I was up at 6. I have not been waking up super early, and I'm kind of okay with it. I do feel better when I'm up earlier, but we're on vacation this week, so I'm not that concerned. And I did do my AM routine. It is almost 8 o'clock right now. Bible, and obviously I'm doing my planning right now, and I have been reading the Teenage Liberation Handbook by Grace Llewellyn, and so I was doing that for about an hour this morning, and it's really fascinating to me to read this book all about unschooling, how unschoolers get into college, the different paths, all of the resources. I've already grabbed a few different resources from the library that I'm going through for my kids. One is how to write everything, or how to write anything. I can't remember the title. I'll leave it in the description box if I can remember. And it's a very big book, but the first few chapters are all about the process of writing, and then there's like a how-to for all of the different types of writing that there are. Everything from business to essays to, resumes, all kinds of stuff. Creative writing, all kinds of things, letters, breakfast, and get ready for the day. Although all of my kids are still in bed right now, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm still doing my project blocks like this, and not really listing out necessarily the projects themselves, just because it just depends on what I want to do. I'm gonna make mac and cheese for dinner. Homemade mac and cheese with ham, leftover ham. Or maybe I'll make baked beans today, because I'm not sure. Actually, I'm going to do baked beans instead of mac and cheese, because I never think ahead. I need to do the quick soak for my beans. Today, I want to work on the entryway and my entryway closet, which they're actually not that messy. I kind of tidied them the other day. And we also have 2 armoires and a TV stand in our entryway that need to go out to the garage, but I'm not sure if I can help Matt carry those out because they're very large pieces of furniture. We do have some moving straps, so maybe it would work. I don't know. I'm a little concerned about that. I'm very short and trying to move furniture. I'm usually a push it across the floor kind of person, but I don't know about going up and down stairs to get to our garage. So we'll see. But I do want to clean up the entryway and the entryway closet, kind of pack up the winter stuff. I have like all of our winter coats in there still. I don't know if we will need them again. It's always possible. We've gotten snow in May before, so not a lot of snow, but enough for it to be cold and needing a coat. I also want to go through the magazines today. Thought I would start yesterday, but I didn't. I want to put together my morning basket, but in order to do that, I need to pack up my old planners. This is where I really needed to get out to Target and pick up some supplies for this week. I do need some cleaning supplies. When I was washing the windows yesterday, I ran out of Windex, finished washing the windows, but I did run out of Windex, so I need that. And I need some new plastic bins. Possibly I can start going through some of the old homeschool stuff and pare that down and reuse those bins. But for the time being, I'm not going through those homeschool bins yet because we aren't quite finished with our homeschool year. And I kind of wanted to wait until that was done and I had everything compiled for our teacher review so that then I can just get everything packed up. Really sure where I'm going to put these. I might just go put them on a shelf, but the basket that I want to use for my morning basket currently has the planners in them. I need to check in with Patreon today, post questions about book club. We're going to be doing Peter Gray's Free to Learn, which I read years and years ago, and I'm waiting on a copy from the library, and now I'm thinking I probably should have just purchased it because I have no idea when that copy is going to come in, and I really wanted to get started on sharing my thoughts on it, but I need the book in front of me, so I might get the Kindle version. And I need to post my video for today, which is the homeschool update. I think I need to do a quick tidy of the basement, which I went down there yesterday and almost cried because of how messy it is. No, I didn't almost cry, but it is a disaster down there. I can't remember if I was talking yesterday or not about this, but that's kind of my kids' domain, and I don't really go down there for anything unless I'm using the treadmill. And that section of our basement is quite clean, but the den section where the kids play video games and watch movies, and the section that has a ping pong table and all of our homeschool books and stuff. Well, the homeschool books are relatively organized, but there are toys and Nerf guns and Nerf darts and all kinds of stuff all over the place down there. It's really a mess and needs to be cleaned up. And I won't be able to do any homeschool organization until I clean that up. So I might try and do that today as well. I feel like that's kind of all I need to work on. I will probably do a goals check-in again at some point. And then, oh yeah, you know what I didn't write down? My dailies. And you know, I might do books in the kids' rooms and get those better organized. Books in kids' rooms. I don't know if I will have time for that. I've noticed this week because the weather's been so nice in the afternoon, what I'm doing is trying to do more like admin related planning or writing or thinking or school related stuff outside in the afternoon. Although today it is super windy. It's been windy the past couple of days, which kind of puts a damper on the nice weather. So I can't really sit outside and do any work. I do get out to get some vitamin D, but I've been spending a lot of time in the afternoon sitting outside trying to do stuff outside. It might be too windy for me to sit outside today. And actually yesterday I spent a good bit of time looking at dual enrollment information for Emma, and I don't think that we're going to be doing any dual enrollment in the fall semester, but she may want to take like an art class or something. I'm just trying to get a better understanding of what classes she'd be able to take that do not have prerequisites for them. I don't necessarily want her to take like an English 101 because I already have her English, and while it would be good to get that out of the way for college, I don't think it's the type of class that she would be really interested in doing. She's mainly focused on like an online class. She doesn't want to go to the campus right now because she doesn't want to be tied to that kind of a schedule, but she would like to maybe take an art class or maybe look into music lessons, like voice lessons or something like that, or maybe a graphic design or something like that. So I kind of need to figure out what types of classes are available to her, and I haven't spent a lot of time doing that. She needs to sign up for an account and kind of apply as a dual enrollment student, so I need to do that before I can figure out all of the rest of the stuff. So this is my Wednesday. Happy Thursday, friends. Today hopefully will be a little more productive than yesterday. Although yesterday I did get most of the things done that I wanted to get done. This morning was not as productive as it probably could have been. I had a bunch of other things come up, and that it wasn't bad, but it just put me back. So I didn't really do any projects until the afternoon yesterday, which was fine. I did get my entryway and entryway closet mostly clean. I really need to pull everything out of the closet, and I really want to wash the walls. I think that there's just primer in there from the previous owners. I don't think it's actually painted, and the walls have been scuffed. They were like that when we moved in, but we had thought we would do a bunch of projects when we moved into the house, and those were put on the back burner because we moved 2 weeks before everything shut down for COVID. So that's really not been a priority for us to get this closet fixed up. I do want to get new shelving because we have wire shelves in there. It's really difficult to organize things on wire shelves because I don't have any like baskets and such. So anyways, I cleaned it up as much as I really could until we get the furniture out of the entryway and I figure out if we're going to do an entryway closet remodel, I guess, if we're going to paint and put up new shelving this year or not. I don't want to bother pulling everything out until I know if we're going to do that. I did not do my morning basket and I didn't pack up my old planners. This quick tidy I did around the house, but I'm pretty sure that when I wrote quick tidy yesterday morning, I meant the basement. I definitely didn't do that. So I need to make sure that I write basement next to it. I did my Patreon check-in, Maine Homeschool Network. I did not post the questions for our book club choice, which is Free to Learn by Peter Gray. I was looking online for some questions to put in there just to get everybody kind of started thinking about it because I haven't received the book from my library yet. But then I got an email yesterday afternoon and my book has come in, so I am going to be able to come up with some questions myself. They will just probably go up a little bit later than I had expected. So here we are on the 13th, and today is kind of an exciting day because I'm supposed to be getting my Erin Condren Life Planner promo box. I applied to get one of the boxes this year for Life Planner launch, Erin Condren Life Planner launch, and I am able to get one, so I'm really excited to see everything in person. I did get the Daily Duo, I think the Inspired Daily Duo, as well as a compact vertical to go over, and so I'm really excited to see it. Now, I know that the Daily Duo, the insides, like the actual functionality of the planner hasn't changed. It's just going to be the design that is different, and the same with the compact vertical. It's not really changed the layout at all. It's just the design itself. So it'll be fun to see that and go through that with you guys. This video will be up after I've posted all of my review videos, so I will leave links for those in the description box if you are interested in seeing them. I don't know when exactly this plan with me will go up. I can't remember when I have it scheduled, but the EC Insider launch day is April 24th, and then everybody else is the 25th. If you're not an EC Insider, it's very easy. You just have to enter your email to sign up, and then you get early access. So hopefully that will come this morning. I don't know though. For dinner tonight, no, we're having leftovers. I made baked beans yesterday and they came out so good, so good. So I'm really pleased about that. I need to do laundry today. When I say this, I need the kids to put their clothes away. I sorted laundry yesterday afternoon for the kids, and then they just need to put their clothes away. I need to do the dailies. So I have been really good about checking floors, vacuuming, and the surfaces. My office desk, sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. And it's just, again, I have just some random stuff on my desk that doesn't really have a place. And my desk doesn't have any drawers or anything. So I don't really have a place to put some of these things, and then they just sit here. So I probably should figure that out. I was up at 6 o'clock this morning doing my AM routine, and it is 7:45, and I am still reading the Teenage Liberation Handbook. I read that until about 7:30, I guess, but I'm gonna put to 8. And I did check in with work stuff already, some emails and Facebook and Patreon. I had hoped today that I would be able to go to the greenhouse because it's going to be a nice day. I think it's supposed to be 75 degrees, but Emma is still sick. She is feeling better, but she still has a horrible cough, and I just don't want to take her out. And I know that she also wants to go to the greenhouse, so I'm not just going to go by myself. I'm not going to do that today. The other thing that I wanted to work on was washing the walls. However, because I haven't had a chance to get some cleaning supplies, I don't know if I have everything I need to wash the walls or not. I probably could just use a microfiber cloth and like some soapy water. I need to figure that out. So I may or may not do that. I was kind of looking for like something long that I could use because I'm so short and I don't want to have to climb up and down off of a chair repeatedly for my whole house. I'm not sure. All right, I have to go pick up that Peter Gray book from the library because that's on reserve. I thought that I would do the walls today. I will put that down. I don't know if this is going to get done. I also want to do a quick tidy in the basement. I also need to I did put the winter coats down into the basement last night, but I did not put them in a bin. I couldn't find the bin that the winter coats go in. And I think it might be outside that we had used it for the chickens at some point. So I might need to wash that or find a new bin. I also do want to edit some videos today. So I may end up doing a lot more work today, which is totally fine. Intros. I'd like to do intros for the Erin Condren products. I don't know if I really need those in hand to do those intros or not, so that at least if those are done, then I don't have to do those and I can just do top-down videos for all of the goodies that I'm getting. So if I can do that, 1, 2, 3. It is supposed to be really warm today, so I would like to be able to spend some time outside this afternoon. I'm not sure. In fact, you know what I really ought to do? I need to not research really, because I've already done the research, and write out all of the chemistry curriculum that I was looking at. Research and write out. Because I think I've figured out what I want to do for chemistry next year, and it's a combination of a couple of things. But I had talked about doing a video with the different chemistry curriculum that I've researched, because it was kind of hard for me to compile all of that information. I feel like it would be helpful to share that with the homeschool community, again, because there's just not a lot of information out there. You have like your big normal chemistry curriculums that people know about, but there are some smaller curriculum companies that also offer chemistry curriculum, and there's a wide variety from no math to really heavy STEM field college prep classes. So it was a wide range, and we're kind of middle of the road. Like, we want the math, but we don't want it to be so super in depth on the science that it's not fun to do. So I think I've come up with a good, solid way to combine those two things. So we'll see how it goes. I don't have anything in hand at the moment, but once I do, I will share that with you guys. Okay, so again, there's not a ton on this list, and I've realized this week, even though it's our vacation week and usually I try to really go hard on getting a bunch of stuff done, I am getting stuff done, but it's not as much as I normally would do in a week like this. So, and that's okay. I've kind of had my focus on spring cleaning this week, which was my plan to begin with. I had hoped to do a little bit more outside of the house, like some day trips and such, just fun family stuff with my kids. But because everyone's sick, that hasn't happened. And I haven't added a bunch of new stuff to take up the time that we would have been outside of the house. So I have plenty of time to do the spring cleaning tasks that I've set aside for each day this week. And then I have quite a bit of extra time just to do some of my more thinking tasks, like goal-oriented stuff or mindless things like going through the magazines, which I did yesterday, that kind of thing. So this is Thursday. We will see how it goes. I would like to maybe do a little bit more, but if I end up getting into a work project mode where I'm doing all of my videos and editing and stuff, that will probably take me a good portion of the day. I would like to get I have several videos recorded and just not edited. So if I could sit down and edit those videos, that would be good. I like editing the videos, but I've been trying to really focus on the spring cleaning stuff first before I focus on my work stuff. Maybe I shouldn't, but I know that if I don't get to the spring cleaning stuff, I'll just keep pushing it off, and then it will be time for garden chores and I won't do the spring cleaning at all. I mean, I'm pretty happy that I at least got my windows cleaned in the house and the windowsills and the baseboards and stuff. That was a big plus. So, you know what I'm going to write down? Kids' rooms. And this probably will not happen today, but it's a reminder to me that I really need to focus on their rooms, and I need to get some shelving for Jack's room and just get it installed. Okay, this is Thursday. Happy Friday, friends. So yesterday didn't quite go how I had hoped it would. But that was mainly because the weather was beautiful. And so I ended up working on my budget, closing out the past budget period, pay period, and thinking ahead to our next budget pay period. And I really spent a lot of time trying to see how to do my budgeting in my daily duo. And I think that I came up with a pretty good system. This next month is just going to be a trial. We'll see how it goes. It is going to mean that I have to switch over my goal planning to my weekly planner instead of doing it in my daily duo, but I think that that's okay. I got the laundry done. I did my dailies. I went to the library. I did not wash the walls. I did not tidy the basement. I did get the winter coats put away. I did work on homeschool stuff a little bit, but I haven't really fleshed out the chemistry curriculum the way that I wanted to. I did edit a couple of videos yesterday, and that took a good amount of time. And I also did my intros to the Erin Condren products that I got to review. Those reviews will be up on the 17th, and this video will be up after the 17th. So I did get my Erin Condren promo box in the mail yesterday, so I was going through all of that stuff, and that kind of took up quite a bit of time. It was still a good day, and I'm glad that I sat outside and got some sun and just enjoyed the wonderful sun. Of course, we all got a little sunburned yesterday, but I actually plan to spend a lot of time outside today as well because it's supposed to be like 76 degrees. So it is Friday the 14th, and I was up at 5:30 working on my AM routine, which today I did my basic routine, which is coffee, Bible. I'm planning right now, obviously, and it's 7:30. And then I was doing working on my email to send out to my newsletter list, also trying to update Patreon and getting some of that content done. I had to finish prepping a video so that it can go live this morning at 9, and just kind of working through some other admin related tasks. Those can take me forever, answering questions and emails, that sort of thing. So I'm trying to put a little bit more of a limit on it. We'll see. Some days I'm successful and some days I'm not. Tonight, I think I'm gonna make mac and cheese, although, you know, I might want to grill because it's going to be like 76, I think. So I'm not sure if we have propane for our grill, so that might not work. I don't know. I'm not sure that I want to bake anything when it's going to be so warm, but I will probably make this either today or tomorrow. So everybody's still asleep. Emma was up coughing at like 1:30 in the morning for about an hour and a half, so I'm assuming she's going to sleep quite late. Lucy stayed up really late reading. I think she finally went to bed at like 9:45. We're a late family. Well, I'm not. I could be in bed at 8 o'clock, but the kids tend to stay up late and read, and that's fine with me. Today on my weekly schedule, I do have gardening. I don't know if I will get to that. I kind of, not that I forgot about my Erin Condren videos, but I don't think I was really considering when I was going to do those. So I need to film my Erin Condren videos today and then get them edited. I don't know if I will get them edited today. It most likely will be this weekend, but those need to go up on Monday, and that's kind of a priority. And then I also want to finish with the budget, setting up next month. I've closed out this month, but I need to set up next month, and it's taking me a little bit longer because I'm doing it in this. And in fact, I mean, in January, I started this kind of new system where I'm doing it all on paper, but I'm trying to, instead of having printouts, just keep it in here. I'm not sure if that is a good idea or not. I think that I'm still going to want to have some sort of, I don't know if it needs to be a printable, but some sort of end of year summary of all of this information. And maybe that's just something that I will work on at the end of the year. But having the comparison month to month and the different categories, and really making sure that I'm keeping track of all of the spending in the different categories, I think is important. All right, so technically I want to do gardening, although I can't actually plant anything because we didn't go to the greenhouse and I need to get seeds. So I can do some work in the garden, like turning the soil. I have like a hand cultivator that I use, which is kind of a pain. And we actually need to I probably need to call and get a load of soil delivered because the ground that we have been gardening on is fully used up. I've added a lot of chicken manure compost to the garden, but I haven't had a chance to do soil tests, and I know that we just need some topsoil in there. So yeah, I don't know how much I'm going to get done in the garden. I need to do the budget. I really want to do the basement, just going through with some trash bags and getting things cleaned up down there so that I can start to organize things for homeschooling. And I've been putting it off, and I don't really want to do it today because the weather is nice, but I feel like I'll feel better if I actually get that done. So gardening, budget, basement, filming the videos. I also need to edit some of my videos for next week. I have some vlogs that I am doing, and then I also want to vlog today. I've vlogged every day this week, and it's been fun to kind of see how well I've been doing. The beginning of the week, super productive. Yesterday, not so much. Wednesday was kind of, some of the things got done, but not all of the things. I don't know if the kids will be up at 8 for breakfast or not, but I'm going to put breakfast and get ready. Projects, lunch, projects. These 2 project blocks have been really good for me this week. I'm not necessarily sectioning off specific times to do specific things, but I'm kind of doing like my morning, just general daily things, vacuuming, cleaning up the floors, some decluttering, admin, like home management stuff that I just need to do has been kind of in the morning, a little bit more extensive, especially with like the spring cleaning stuff. I've been doing a little bit more, and then the afternoon has been a lot of deeper thinking projects for me. Not thinking, I'm still like actively doing, but yesterday I spent a good couple of hours going through budget stuff and thinking ahead to the next month and just working through all of that stuff. It's not necessary to spend that amount of time doing these things, but I always feel much better when I spend that amount of time doing these things. I feel on top of it, etc. I also kind of compiled like a basket so that I could bring it in and out of the house, because when I want to go outside to work or do anything, it takes me like 25 minutes or 30 minutes to gather all of the various things to bring outside, like my planners, like my notebooks, like the books that I'm reading, resources that I want to go through, all of that kind of stuff. Patreon check-in, I already did. Homeschool network check-in, I already did. Email, I have like mostly done that, but I need to finish it and then send it. Gardening, budget, basement, dailies. I tore out all those magazine pages and I want to put those in my home management binder. And you know what? My office, I have this black table in my office that I have like 4 piles of stuff So it's kind of funny. I've cleaned off my office desk, but I have these 4 piles of stuff that I don't really know what to do with. Some of it needs to be shredded or burned. Some of it needs to be filed. Some of it needs to be put in my binder for end of year assessment stuff for the kids. And I haven't really done that. I've just kind of put the stuff on the table and have let it go. So if I can today get the basement kind of tidied, get my office done, and then also work on the budget, I'll be happy. If I get to the gardening, that will be good. Next week, it's supposed to rain like most of the week, and so I'm a little leery about planting peas. That was the one thing that I was going to try and plant this weekend, but I don't know if I'm going to kill them if it rains all next week. I mean, it probably won't, but yeah, so I might prep like one garden spot for peas. The kids really want to grow peas this year, and there's nothing else that I really need to plant at the moment, but I kind of was wanting to rototill the entire garden space, pull rocks, because for some reason there's been a lot of rocks that have come up out of that soil lately, and then get new topsoil to put down, and then build boxes. We used to have raised beds, but we took them out because all of the wood was like rotted and it was just a mess. So we took those out, but we have not made new beds. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so this is kind of what I have on the plan for today. It's been a really good week. It's just been, having Emma be so sick and Jack still not feeling 100% and me kind of just back and forth being really congested and not feeling 100% is not wonderful. But I think that we're doing well. Lucy last night was not feeling great, so it wouldn't surprise me if she is getting sick, and next week might be a challenge getting back to homeschool for Lucy. So we will see. She just has a little bit of math left, but when you're sick, it's really hard to concentrate on math. So there is Friday, and I will try and check in later in the day to let you know how things are going. Okay guys, it is Saturday morning. I meant to check in yesterday afternoon. However, I got a migraine after I filmed my Erin Condren videos for the new Life Planner launch yesterday, which took me a really long time. So I did spend most of the afternoon outside chatting with the kids and working on my budget. I just wasn't really feeling 100%. So I didn't do any of the cleaning stuff that I thought that I would get done, which is okay. I mean, it is what it is. I worked on my budget, which I know you don't have to take hours and hours of time to work on your budget. The reason that it's taking me so long is because I'm really deep diving into every single purchase and categorizing things into, household expenses, homestead expenses, what is groceries, what is eating out as a family, what is like takeout, like coffee or breakfast sandwiches or whatnot when we're out and about. Do you need to do that? No, but my husband and I have some really big savings goals this year. We're really trying to rein in some spending on just things that aren't necessary. Not that we don't do anything fun, but just really understanding how much we're spending. And so just taking the time to really review the purchases and understand why we were spending the money, and if there was a way to not spend the money. That was a lot of talking about budgeting. It doesn't usually take hours and hours and hours of time to do a budget. Yesterday afternoon, I probably spent 3 hours working on my budget, and part of that was because I was also sitting and talking with my kids. So it was like I would do a little bit of budget stuff, and then I would chat with the kids for 30 minutes because it was so beautiful. We all sat outside on the deck all day, and periodically the kids would get up and run around and play, but my older two were just kind of enjoying the weather and hanging out. So I did not do any gardening yesterday. I did not work on the basement. I did not do my dailies at all. I did sweep last night, but in the kitchen because the dog keeps bringing in like hay and shavings from digging around near the chicken coop. So I did do that. I do need to wash my floors again. I didn't do anything with the magazine pages. They are still sitting on the floor, but I did get rid of the magazines. So that was good. And I didn't do my office, but I did film my Erin Condren videos. I did edit one video and I did vlog yesterday and send out my email. So overall, it wasn't the most productive day for me, but that's okay. I did get my Erin Condren videos done, which was the most important thing because those are going up on Monday, the 17th. I was so excited to see all of these products. I think they're really, really good. And then this morning I woke up and I have been slightly dizzy. And so I don't know if I have some sort of sinus issue going on. And that's why I had the really bad headache yesterday afternoon and evening as well. So I'm kind of just taking it easy today and hoping to get to my office and maybe some of the basement stuff, but I may just lay down for a little while and rest. We shall see. But I wanted to come back and kind of give you an update on how not productive Friday was. It started out good. I went for a walk. I got some stuff done early in the morning, but then as the day went on, I just did not feel great. So, and that is okay because that happens, and you know, you can't always be 100% productive all of the time. Sometimes you just need to rest, and that is totally okay. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.